Mahalo. E ho mai kai. Ika halau kea, ame ike po emanu kea. Blessed be this teaching place. Blessed be these people gathered here. Welcome to the Hawaiian Art Museum and Aloha International's Resource Center. I'm Serge Kahili King, and this is Talk Story. Now, what we get into when we do Talk Story here is we talk about Hawaiian culture, Hawaiian history, Hawaiian legends, language, geology, geography. We talk about healing a lot, Hawaiian healing, and we talk about this ancient esoteric knowledge that we call Huna, which is based on 7 ideas about life, that the world is what you think it is, there are no limits, energy flows where attention goes, now is the moment of power, to love is to be happy with, all power comes from within, and effectiveness is the measure of truth. Now, when we talk about all this, we do it in the way that I was taught when I grew up, and that's by question and answer. So all of these topics are open for questions, and the answers will come from my knowledge of Hawaii, from these principles that I just mentioned, from the inspiration of the land. You'll get an answer of some kind or another. And but that's what it has to come from, your questions. So it can take any direction we choose. So whoever would like to begin, go ahead, MC.
In the area of garnering mana and storing it up, what are some techniques for that? Like I was fasting yesterday and I couldn't like sleep, and when I finally did sleep, I slept for about 3 hours and I woke up feeling just great and awesome and wonderful like I haven't felt in years. So I'm wondering, is that like a bona fide way in the Huna tradition to gain mana, or?
Is what a bona fide way?
Fasting.
Oh, fasting, I see. Okay, to do this we have to talk about mana. Okay? And this is a very important Hawaiian concept, as well as one in the philosophy. But it's very important, first of all, to understand that mana is not energy. This is an idea that a lot of people have gotten who are not that familiar with the concept, because it's a very different kind of concept. Mana does not mean energy. Now, I know there have been some teachings and writings that have talked about it that way, and very often in some modern types of listings, you'll hear people talk about mana and prana and chi and ki all in the same breath, and mana does not belong in that list. Okay? Mana is a concept of divine power. Most especially, sometimes in writings it has been used for power in the sense of the authority or the ability to accomplish something or to have an influence. So mana is really at its most basic. It's the power of influence. To influence something in a positive way. Mana is always good. But it's always the power to influence. Now, energy can influence. Therefore, if we use energy for influencing for good, then it becomes mana.
I see.
Okay? So one way to have more effective mana is to increase your energy. And then it's how you direct it that determines as to whether it's mana or not. Because some people can build up all kinds of energy and get anxious and fearful and violent. That's not mana. Okay? So mana is this, that's why it has this divine quality to it. People have mana, the land has mana, a rock can have mana. A sacred object handed down from generations can have mana. A person can have mana because of his position, the authority that's given to him. So it's kind of like borrowed mana. Or because of they are the person who holds in trust a sacred object. And because of that position that they have in relation to the object that has mana, why they have mana because of that. A person can have mana because of their family and their genealogy. They can have mana because of their skill. But mana is something that the true mana comes from inside. That's why we associate it with the principle that says all power comes from within, meaning God or spirit within. Okay? We can then have assumed or borrowed mana, the mana that other people give us because of our position or because of our heritage or because of one thing or another. And that's good when it's used for good, but it disappears when that authority disappears. And the real mana doesn't disappear depending on what people do. Okay? So building energy, increasing energy is one way to help increase your mana. Because energy flows where attention goes, one of the principles says that. And so the more energy you have, when you direct your attention, the more influence you will have. See, that's how it works.
Great answer.
Okay. All right. Good.